welcome to Cars to Yards. I'm Mark, back with Lou. It's been a little bit.
It has been. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, better than Aaron Rodgers. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. That Aaron Rodgers thing, I was so hyped to watch the Jets finally make a run, and four plays in, there goes the what was it, the Achilles?
Yeah.
Right? Was it the Achilles?
Yeah, because you can tell when it rolls up.
Yeah, you see it pop in the replays. I was kind of like, there goes the season.
Yeah.
Now we're about to get Zach Wilson back, and it's all going to crap.
Yeah, he won that first game.
Yeah. Okay.
But now
they dropped the last two.
Yeah, and whenever you see like potential cuts, like he's the poster man for that, because they already assumed he wasn't probably going to play for them again. Like once his contract ran out, they were just hoping he was going to ride the bench behind Rodgers. So
rumor has it, I'm not for sure, I have to look at it, I just looking at it today, I wasn't for sure, I thought it was like a little meme or something, but Jets are signing Colin Kaepernick to the practice team.
Well, he definitely put himself back out there.
So I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if it was just like kind of playing around with it, but it didn't say anything fake on there. It said Jets, breaking news: Jets are signing Colin Kaepernick. I said, oh, okay,
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
I mean, they have to try something. I don't
have
think
to
you
try
can
something.
Keep rolling Zach Wilson out there.
Here's my question: what if Colin Kaepernick comes in and puts the NFL on notice, like really balls out? Because he hasn't stopped training ever since he left the NFL. He trains Monday through Friday, residually, just like all day. What if he comes in and just goes, hey, look, for all you guys that didn't take a chance on me, watch me take these Jets into the playoffs, deep into the playoff run. I
mean, and that's all you need to really do is be consistent.
Consistent?
Just not throw 3 interceptions a game. With that defense, if you have a solid quarterback, I'm not,
If you have a solid quarterback, you're fine. That defense is phenomenal. And that's the reason why Aaron Rodgers went there. That defense was already top 5.
Right.
And even now, they're still a top 5. Yeah, they've lost 2 games or 1 and 2, but that's all due to red zone, getting into the red zone, or even getting past midfield. Zach Wilson just can't do it.
Yeah. And it also, goes to show you just how kind of what the lack of depth at quarterback.
Yes.
At solid, consistent quarterbacks.
Not only depth, but maturity.
Well, that you can look at the Justin Fields situation where now, was that heat of the moment, or was that really what he thinks?
I think he's just kind of frustrated.
Yeah,
he's frustrated.
But you can't blame the coaching because you can't bite.
Well, it all starts with coaching too, though. I mean, if you only represent your coaches.
But if you're a player, and you go and blast your current coaching staff, do you think your play calls are going to get better or worse?
I don't see Justin Fields in re-signing with the Chicago Bears. I think they probably trade him if they can in this rookie deal. Can they? I think they can. But in their rookie, and I don't see him in a Chicago Bears uniform next year. I really don't. I see him going somewhere else.
I just feel like the patience for young quarterbacks is just gone. And what happens is it's not just a matter of, okay, we have this money and time invested in this guy. It's the offensive line you could have got instead of that guy to wait on the right guy. But now, a lot of Bears fans are upset that they didn't draft a quarterback. But it's like you're just going to reset that process every time.
Well, I mean, let's not forget the most important position on the field is quarterback.
Well, yeah.
I mean, quarterback sells tickets. At the end of the day, that's what it's really about. It's really about money. It's really about filling those seats. And if you don't have a quarterback that helps you fill those seats, regardless of what your offensive line and defensive looks like, then you're probably not going to go very far. You're probably going to go ahead and get voted out as an NFL owner.
Yeah.
End of the day, I mean, that's what it's about. It's about filling those seats. So, I mean, I'll give it a little bit. Maybe, they're just not on the same page. They're not vibing, but come mid-season, if you're not vibing with your coaching staff or anything like that, I think they're going to part ways.
Yeah.
Trade. They're not going to let him walk. They're going to try to get something for him. And let's think of any teams. What teams do you think need a quarterback?
Jets.
Well, other than the Jets. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. Say for next year. Right? What quarterback?
Well, I mean,
what quarterback
there's a few carousels out there that we don't really know.
I don't see Garoppolo lasting long in Las Vegas.
That I was about to mention.
But then again, if Fields goes to Las Vegas, it's the same issue: bad offensive line.
Potentially the Rams. I mean, some team like that.
Stafford's still got a laser. He's got a rocket.
Bucks maybe.
I can see Bucks, but Baker's looking really, really sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, they just lost to the best defense. And who did they just lose to? Was it Kansas City? Right? No. Who did they just lose to?
I don't remember.
Gosh, they just lost to a top tier team. But I mean, he's still looking really, really good. He looks better than what he was doing in Cleveland.
Oh, hold on. Oh, Dolphins just scored again.
It's Thursday and they scored again.
Like, unbelievable that a pro team gets 70 points dropped on them.
70 points. 70 points, 2 points shy of the record. And they actually could have went for the record by kicking a field goal because we were to end the game. But as professionals, they took a knee.
Right. I mean, that's the right move.
Would you have gone for the record? I would have.
If I knew it was the record, which I'm assuming someone on the sidelines knew, then probably. Yeah.
Look, I need to set the tone. I need to set the bar. As a coach early in the season, week 3, to show that you're a dominant force and to have everybody go over there and shaking in their boots. I need to go ahead and set records and raise the bar.
Well, I think 70 points. I think 70 points does that just the same way 73 does. Other than that, you
setting
have
a record. Yeah, I mean, setting a record really lifts that motivation. Your job as a coach is to go ahead and keep your players motivated and excited about the season and what they've accomplished throughout the season, if they win a Super Bowl or not. And that's one of those highlight bars throughout that season. That you could come back on in the off season or probably preseason next year. So, I would have kicked the field goal. That's me. But then again, I'm greedy. So
yeah. And, speaking of momentum, Texans looked good.
The Texans are looking good. The last game, especially. C.J. Stroud, I think he's finally getting his feet underneath him.
Yeah.
Tank Dell, right? Tank Dell, rookie wide receiver, looking good, looking really good. It looks like we have a new little combo going on there. The defense is.
They'll get there.
Well,
because of D'Amico, they'll get there.
But keeping the defense off the field and that offense and playing really well helps that defense become better. So it all works in hand, So C.J. Stroud is looking by far the best quarterback taken in the first round or in the draft overall.
Well, I mean, everyone else is hurt, right? The other quarterbacks
Anthony
are hurt.
Richardson didn't play last week simply because he's, as a professional, you need to take care of your body. And he says, look, I'm not 100%. I'm not playing. Respect, right? I would give respect to that.
Bryce Young hurt. Yeah.
Bryce Young had a little tweak in his ankle, but he's coming back So all the rookie quarterbacks coming back into play. But C.J. Stroud definitely is in the top 5 right now in passing yards through week 3. So much props to C.J. Stroud. He's looking really, really good out there. And for any of you guys that are looking for any type of C.J. Stroud stuff, we have some here, like helmets and jerseys. Come by. Take a look at them. We got I think we had the battle red. No, we don't have the battle red no more. We gave that away on a giveaway.
Also, he's in Allen and Ginter.
He is in Allen and Ginter, along with Bryce Young, along with Anthony Richardson,
yeah,
and one of my all-time favorites, Robert De Niro. All have autographs within this set.
Yeah, those are big ones. And Nadal.
Oh, and another one.
Yeah,
Wembanyama's in there too.
Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Houston's own Bun B. I'm excited.
Dude, that would be a great one for. Yeah. If I get that, I'm gonna personally grade it and put it in the shop somewhere for everybody to look at. That's definitely something you don't get rid of.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just really excited for the Toy Story game this weekend.
I am so looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is.
I'm waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to watch this thing.
And it'll be on replay for a while on Disney Plus. But they did that. There's a lesser-known show, Big City Greens, on the Disney Channel. They did that over a hockey game, and it worked out really well.
Real quick, is it going to be streamed live on the Disney Channel?
Disney Plus, yeah.
On Disney Plus, it's going to stream live. Oh, yeah, perfect.
And then I'm sure it'll be for there on replay as long as the NFL replay rules allow.
Especially if it goes well, we can see more of this. Like just more of not just Toy Story, but other.
Properties, absolutely.
Iconic movies.
The one with Big City Greens and the New York Rangers, it was really impressive because, it looks like you're watching someone play a Nintendo Switch game, like as far as graphics. But the way they were able to like kind of seamlessly put to, references and stuff from that world, and then also like when the players fight or when they score a goal and all that stuff.
I can't wait to see this. It's going to be really, really unique. I mean, it's all about the small things. It isn't the big whole, the whole thing about it. It's the small details that they could take from the movie of Toy Story and integrate them into the actual live game. So I'm really excited to see this.
And I'm sure animators are excited to use that technology to see how fast
it can go.
That happened. Yeah.
It can turn out really well or it can burn to the ground. Either or, we're about to see. But
it won't burn to the ground. I mean, if anything, people will go, "Oh, that's cute," and then turn to the actual broadcast.
Who wouldn't want to watch that? I mean, that would be pretty neat. To get kids involved as well too. Look, as I've said over and time and time again, kids are the center of this hobby. They're the force that's going for the future, the current. Look, this would be pretty cool to get the kids involved even more. Seeing that Toy Story is one of your favorite ones of all time to watch this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great idea for cross promotions. Get a younger demographic, and if it does work, then you do use it with like less popular sports like hockey.
Yeah,
and things like that. So
I'm definitely looking forward to tonight's game. Tonight's game is a division game. We got Detroit and Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
That should be a good one. I will be watching that on Thursday night. Prime. Of course, if you have Prime or if your wife shops with Prime, then you got it. I didn't even notice I had it. So they said, if you got Prime, like Amazon Prime, that you get it for free. I said, what?
Yeah.
I get to watch all the Thursday nights now?
Yeah.
I used to hate the Thursday nights because I couldn't watch it because it was
on NFL Network.
Yeah, NFL Network. I hated that.
Yeah.
But now it's on Prime, and everybody has Prime, just about.
Just about, yeah.
Just about.
I mean, I have it for the shipping, and then everything else
of course,
kind of bonus.
On the back end, it saves a lot more, and then get to watch football too.
Yeah.
And they're talking about picking up other things. Like, so imagine NBA comes to that, or hockey. Or
yeah, I mean, sports is going to go more and more streaming. As all
look at YouTube video,
linear
right?
TV.
YouTube, what is it? YouTube TV?
Yeah. Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu Live, all that.
Looking forward to a lot of games this weekend. How's your fantasy doing? You in any fantasy?
Yeah, so I've lost 2 out of 3 games by a total of 3 points.
Nice. I'm currently in 3 leagues on the Sleeper app. I've been ever since I did Sleeper last year. I really liked it because it makes you think. You have to choose a defensive line, a DB, a linebacker. Now you can change it, but that's really unique because it makes you shuffle around a lot and think. And it isn't. You could change the setting as well too. But I found a really cool setting last year that I carried over to this year, and it's waiver wire. The waiver wire doesn't go by like the person that needs it the most. It's like we're bidding. The highest bidder.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the next person's bidding, so you're like, okay, I have $200, fake money by the way, to bid to try to get this, breakout player here. But what's the next man bidding? Is he doing $5? Or is there anybody even bidding on this guy? So you'll have some people spend like $30, $40 on one guy, and there was only one bid, and you're like, damn, I could have got this guy for $1. It makes you think, it makes you be competitive, and it's not just by like Yahoo Sports, this guy lost the most, or he's like 0-3, he gets first dub on any player.
Yeah, or based on your draft pick.
So I'm on all 3 of my leagues, I'm 2-1. I am the reigning champion in one of my leagues, and I'm 2-1 in there. Looking pretty solid. Came back win on Monday night with Devontae Adams. I was actually trying to get rid of Devontae Adams because I just don't like the Garoppolo and Adams connection there. But he dropped me 42 fantasy points. So I went 3 for 3. Hopefully, and I'm in a dynasty. Have you tried that yet?
No.
It's new for me. It's no defenses, no nothing. It's all building for the future. So yeah, you get, you can go all rookies and you're not going to do good in the first season, but as they build, you get draft picks as well, so you could trade them away. You pick like 30 something people. So it's new to me. I'm still learning. Hopefully, by the end of the season or here in the next coming shows, I can kind of, hey, this is what I've learned about Dynasty, and give you guys an update on it.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the Jets earlier, I need to check my waiver wire and see if Taylor Swift's available yet. I gotta tell my league manager, put her on there.
Taylor Swift, man.
I'm
you
fine
heard
with
Kelsey's
it.
in the top 5 now of all-time jerseys sold. Like
Yeah,
this
because
season.
because
They call it the Swift effect.
right. I mean, his Instagram viewers jumped by like 400,000,
Yep.
and then his jersey sales went up 400%.
Yep,
in
it's
one
crazy.
week. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's definite
And then you always
Swiftie
got
effect.
the X talking about stay far away.
Sure.
Stay far away.
Well, I mean, the
that's
same.
weird.
You know, she's
Jealousy.
There's lots of songs that he can listen to also, but
Yeah.
the good news is that there's a lot of words out there that rhyme with tight end. So if inevitably if she does have a breakup song about him,
We'll see.
you were just a tight end, then you became my
think-
best friend, but now you're just a dead end.
I
There
think
you
they'll
go.
be fine. They look good together. She supports him. You know, he went to one of her concerts. I mean,
Yeah.
Look, it's all about the chemistry. If you got the chemistry, everything else will fall in place.
Yeah. And,
so-
and if you happen to be a power couple, go for it. That's
Go
what I
for
say.
it. Why not?
Go
Look
for
at
it.
look at Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Power couple to the end. You know, they have their ups and downs just like regular people, and you know, I mean, it's not going to be perfect
It's
because
very
if any
public,
relationship is perfect, then it ain't the right relationship.
And it's very
want a perfect
public,
one.
but it's going to be public
Oh, of course
either
it
way.
is.
You
You
know,
put yourself out
it was
there.
going to be more public for her, but
Yeah.
you know,
We'll see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully, it doesn't distract the team, which I don't think it will.
no,
Yeah.
no, I think they're fine. I have Mahomes on my fantasy team, so I'm
got him
worried
on-
about his ankle.
Yeah, I got him on. I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. They'll go
He should
ahead
be
and,
fine.
and yeah, tape that up. They play. I think they play the Jets this weekend.
Yeah, they do because Taylor Swift's going to be in attendance.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
that?
and guess what happened to ticket sales?
Oh, they went up.
Yeah, because she's going to be in a box somewhere
Well,
up
not
there.
only that, but then again, you have a top offense against a top defense. That always sells. And then you got a really, really good breakout through 3 weeks so far. Breakout defense in Kansas City taking on Zach Wilson in the offense Jets. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
I'm really curious. I think that's going to really tell the difference if I win a couple of my leagues or not this week.
yeah,
That game alone.
mine too.
What do you think?
Absolutely.
Real quick, what are you thinking about the doubleheader Monday Night Football games? I'm not really
I
digging
mean,
me personally.
there's an increased chance you get a decent game. Like the Thursday night games haven't been great. The Monday night games are okay. I don't know. Like, I guess.
I just don't
I mean,
like
it's
that.
just-
I mean,
it's
I
just-
like that break at halftime where I can get up, go use the bathroom, grab something to snack on, grab a drink, come sit back down, and here we go. Right now with one starting and the 6:15 our time and then 7:15 our time, it doesn't give you that break. So you're like, okay, well from that game I go over to this game. You know, it doesn't give
Yeah,
you that
which
kind
I
of
think
break
is what
there.
they want. But did you know you don't have to watch both games?
I know, but when it presents itself, you
Yeah.
have to. Like,
Yeah, it's just the temptation to watch. I get it.
yeah.
Let's just go through some of this other stuff quickly. So
Yeah.
we had some crazy memorabilia sales
Oh,
because
yeah.
we keep monitoring this. You guys have memorabilia in the store. We've talked about this for a couple of years now. But Wilt Chamberlain jersey from the '72 finals, so that iconic number
Sold
13
for a
Lakers,
while. Yeah.
4.9 million. That
Man.
was through Sotheby's. I had a reserve at 4 million, so it beat that obviously. And then in June, his jersey from his rookie year, sold for just under 2, but that was like a Philadelphia jersey. This is again the one that sold was finals used in a few games, actually more than one. It was Lakers. So this obviously
Big market, of course.
Yeah, but it also sets the record for a game worn. Item from basketball. So
That's pretty awesome. I like that.
and then
A lot of vintage stuff, like a lot of vintage players and vintage cards and anything vintage is starting to really gain its weight and its momentum now. So I look forward to that. I'm going to be on the hunt for any type of vintage cards. That's pretty neat, though. I like that.
And then it seems like the story of 2023 is Panini dying because now they've already had a couple of the leagues try to get out of their contract. Fanatics obviously is a big component of that. So now WWE randomly wants out, and I was reading the story, and it didn't really say exactly what they did. It kind of seemed like they were like talking about something that happened in the digital space and how that violated their contract. But really, Fanatics is at the ready, and now they have Tops, right?
You're a big wrestling guy.
I am.
Right?
Yeah.
What is the last product that Panini put out for WWE?
It was Select.
About what, 3 months ago?
I would say 2 months, closer to
Let's say
2
months. And before that,
that was Revolution.
and before that, Prism, right? But those are the only.
Yeah.
We're already in month number 9 of the year, going into October here, and you've put out maybe 3, maybe 4. We might be missing one. Products of WWE. All right, let's go ahead and compare that to basketball. Let's go ahead and compare that to football. And you've been, by this time right now, you done already put out like 20 plus different sets.
Well, and also,
I just don't. I feel like their WWE is not getting the same treatment. Yeah, we understand football, basketball make a little bit more, but if you're pushing this, you need to give it its sets, right? Just like you give everything else.
and also, the sets that are coming out. I don't know if all wrestling fans, especially someone who's new to the hobby or just sort of dipping their toes in, do you want to pay $200 for a box of Select when you might get a couple of $10 autographs? Like, yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff to chase. I don't think that they did a good a job as Tops at having like the flagship type stuff. I think you guys still probably have a box or two of NXT from last year. That was like a low end product, but because it was NXT, it's not really out the door. So I think it's too late now. I don't think they can make a release.
You to take the NXT from me. Yeah. And that just ain't the way it works. The NXT it's just been sitting there, and I'm thinking about just inviting you to just rip a box with me.
Yeah.
And just say, hey, look, it wasn't selling. Let's just go ahead and have fun with it.
Sure.
We can get out of it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the point being there is that I don't think they really established like a Panini flagship. Like, it would have been an easy transition. Let's make a Score WWE set. Let's make Score.
Just like baseball's flagship is Topps Chrome. Can you imagine Topps Chrome taking in WWE licensing, or even football? Better yet.
I mean, there's been WWE. There's been every top series you can think of as WWE. It's just since they lost that license, but it's also about Fanatics just wanting to just crush all the competition. I mean, once they get that license back, it's like, okay, now what does Panini have? Some random soccer stuff?
I have a feeling that Panini will die in the corner here soon, sooner than later, because it feels like everything's just kind of ramping up now. I will go ahead and say that we are looking forward to Topps Chrome taking over basketball, football, the whole shebang.
Everything.
Because in 2012, when Panini did get the licensing for all this, we weren't happy to see it, but we knew we had to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more people are happy to see it go and bring back Topps Chrome, because Topps Chrome is just, they're made really, really well. Every once in a while you will get your flaw here and there.
And also, do you want, as far as a flagship entry-level set, do you want a top set like they used to do, in the 2000s, or do you want another hoops set, which is like, and again, it's the price has been getting back to kind of normal, but look, hoops should be $60 to $80, like as far as an entry-level consumer price.
And I see what Panini is doing too. Panini is okay. So the reason, and this could be kind of false or whatever. How some people look at it, but the reason why product is so high is not only because of the surge of collecting has, it got back into it, but because you have a middleman now. Mm-hmm. Now, what Fanatics is trying to do is they're trying to cut out the middleman, because that middleman is where all that extra tax and extra cost and market value gets tagged onto before it gets to LCSs or before it gets into customers' hands. You remove that. Now we have Fanatics that is able to deal directly, skip the middleman, directly to LCSs, which is how it was normally done, and keep prices down. So now, let's just say a Prism football box goes for $1,000 because we got it through one of these distributors. Now it's only going to cost us $500 to sell to. I mean, it's going to cost customers $500 because it was cheaper for the LCS to get it now.
Right.
And the market kind of comes back and it levels itself out. I told people in 2020, 2021, what goes up must come down, and it eventually will happen. And look, we're starting to see it happening 3 years later. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, only time can tell.
Panini's running out of licenses.
Oh, they are.
Like, and
They are.
You know, people might see it as unfair because Fanatics, hired a bunch of their people and blah blah blah. But I mean, that's
people are seeing
what's
it.
gonna happen.
People are
Yeah.
seeing the cliff now. They got to jump ship. They got to. Sorry, I said it in a couple more of our podcasts before that we should. Panini should have sold. Panini should have sold when they were at their extreme height.
Mm-hmm.
But no, because it is a how you say that? It is a pride thing. It's like Sony and Microsoft. They'll never come together and make the best console in the world. Or Coke and Pepsi will never come together and make the best soda. It's just a pride thing, So that's the same thing here. Panini and Fanatics. They just hate each other. They're at each other's throats all the time. They're suing each other back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, but Panini is more suing for survival, and Fanatics I think is suing to just like let's
just say, hey,
get
look, we
past
can
this
fight,
next 2
and if you
years.
guys want
Yeah.
to, we can be, we can fight out here.
Yeah, because I mean, if WWE, like, if it's deemed that they have to see through their contract till 2025, they're not renewing it after that. So.
No, definitely not. They're gonna be primed and ready to go. They're gonna have stuff already made in 2024.
And just real quickly, some sports news that could affect the hobby, and this will change by the time we record next. But Astros currently 2.5 back in the AL East or AL West. They do have the tiebreaker on the Rangers, but they've got to take like 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks.
In Arizona, yeah, but they
They've
took
got
care
to.
of business in Seattle, so that's good because I definitely said that they were not going to take care of business in Seattle. I was definitely a non-believer on that because Seattle always plays Astros hard, whether they're in the playoff race or not. And I definitely thought we were going to go down 1-2 on that series.
And that's fair, given that we just got swept by the Royals
and the
home.
A's, right? And the A's.
The A's took 2 out of 3.
Well, but I mean, that's still a loss.
You
in that
lose
series.
5 out of 6 against the 2 worst teams in baseball.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. Twins have clinched the AL Central, everything else up for grabs, so we'll check back in on that once playoffs start next week. But
Braves are working for home field advantage throughout the playoffs right now. They already clinched a long time ago, but
Cubs, Reds, Marlins, D-backs still all in contention. So this is a big series for the D-backs against the Astros too. Phillies have the top NL wild card. Braves, Brewers, Dodgers won their divisions. And speaking of the Braves, Acuna becomes the first 40-70 player in history. 40 home runs, 70 stolen bases.
Congratulations to him.
That's crazy.
And what's here's a crazy fact. They did an interview with him a few weeks ago, and they were talking to him. They were like, about his future and how he's going to be really good. His response was, "Wait till you see my little brother Brian."
Yeah.
So you have the 3 brothers that are in the league that will be all. I mean, you have Ronald with the Braves. Mm-hmm. You have Louis Angel that got traded in the Schwarzer trade to the Mets. Mm-hmm. And you got Brian that's in, I think, in AA or AAA that's coming up. He's the youngest of the brothers. And both of them are saying, hey, wait till you see my little brother Brian. So, I mean, we're going to have an Acuna in the league for a very, very long time. 3 of them at one time.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Congratulations to him, 40-70. That's awesome.
And also, congrats to the Houston Dynamo. They won the U.S. Open Cup, so they won that for the first time since 2019. They get a trophy. It was against Inter Miami. I know everyone was disappointed that Messi didn't play, but
what's wrong with him?
I don't know if it's like bone spurs, but it's like kind of a nagging ankle injury that was brought about because they brought him back to do more international games, and that kind of killed the momentum that he had building in MLS. But obviously, it's a big deal that he's playing this year, and he'll be back. But as a Dynamo fan, either way, glad that they won that 2-1 against Inter Miami, and they're, I think, 4th seed in the playoffs right now. So they're having a really good year.
The thing is, I don't know nothing about soccer,
right?
Except for Messi with
Well, and that's the thing is like
with Miami.
right, and when stuff like that happens, it's great for the MLS, and it happens every few years or so.
It is, and speaking of that, next year we're going to see an increase on MLS product because of the fact that he will be inside MLS. So everybody's going to be going after MLS product next year. Right now, it just sits and collects dust. I would probably take advantage of getting this stuff for the rookies because MLS is going to blow up due to Messi.
Absolutely.
Whether you're on that team or not.
Yeah,
they're going to be good.
And then in the NBA, I know.
Oh man.
Man. I know that we've talked in the past about. I know that we talked in the past about, players basically, sitting around and dictating where they move and but Damian Lillard gets out of Portland. He wanted to go to Miami, but he's going to the Bucks, so he's going to be paired with Giannis, right?
Miami was trying to get too much. Portland was trying to get too much.
So it ends up being a 3-team trade between Blazers, Bucks, Suns. Blazers get Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton, which I think is a good deal. Suns get Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, 2 other players.
And some draft compensation.
There's some draft compensation
though.
There.
There's unprotected first and second rounds.
Unprotected,
and 28 and 30.
But Giannis being paired with Lillard,
oh man,
be good.
Their odds just went up. Drew, that they talked. The Blazers said, "Hey, look, we're immediately shipping Drew." So you have like 7 teams that are in competition for him, including the Lakers.
Absolutely.
So we're going to see where that lands, but that could work out really good for the Blazers when it comes to building that roster for the next 2 or 3 years. You can get good compensation for these guys here. DeAndre Ayton too. I'd say ship him. He's getting a little bit older. He's a little bit seasoned. I don't want him. We'll rather go with some young bucks. Send me over some draft picks. We'll go ahead and tank it this year, and we'll rebuild.
So now all we have left is the Harden saga then. Who, by the way, was at the Dynamo game, being a part owner. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm at the Harden. I look. I don't want to even talk about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Of the fact that he's just like he's a headache. He's a drama queen. Same with Kyrie Irving.
No, I was just talking about. Well, these were the two, kind of holdout veteran sagas. I
got you on that one. I just talking about James. It's like, man, just make up your mind. Play ball.
Right.
Right. So.
Yep. So new and recent releases. What do we got?
So we have just came in. I think it came in last Friday. Yeah, it came in last Friday. We have the new 2023 Topps Allen and Ginter non-chrome, but they're still really cool. Believe it or not, this set has been really, really good. Like, I'm not a big fan of the old-fashioned cards, but this set has been really, really good. Lots of autos, stained glass, little minis. We talked about some of the autos earlier. Some of the crazy things you can get out of there. We also have tomorrow releasing on Friday. We have some Mosaic Football. I think it's choice boxes, which are really cool. You're going for your peacocks and autographs. We have Panini Contenders Optic Basketball dropping tomorrow. By the time you guys see this, it's ready. It'll be ready in our store, but. What else do we have? We have Panini Select Baseball doesn't come out till next week, and it's a little bit of a dry week and a half, but some of our biggest releases are coming out in the middle of October, which starts off. There's the 11th, October 11th, where 3 big releases come out on. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. We got Topps Update, which is going to be phenomenal. We're going to be doing a special break party like we did from Wednesday to Sunday with special bounties and giveaways for that week. Followed by Panini Black on the same day, football. And then on that same exact day, I believe we have, I can't remember. It's a third release. I just can't remember. It was at the tip of my tongue. But we have quite a few releases coming out. Not a lot for this week, though. A lot of restocks. Again, before you guys see, after you guys see this, we already had it, but I just want to say it say it ahead of time. Thanks to everybody that's planning on coming to the Topps Trade Night, we turned it more into a trade day, which happened on Saturday. It's from open all the way to close, and we're giving away all types of things. I just want to say it. First, thank you guys for coming out. It's going to definitely be a great turnout. Maybe you should come. We're giving a lot of free stuff. I mean, I know you're working the nights now, but I mean, free stuff always drives people out.
Sure.
Come get some free things. Get some hats.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, we do have some breaks up. Make sure you jump on our page and check out some of our breaks. We're doing a ton of Marvel, along with Stranger Things in there. Hobbies.
Okay. Oh, I need to check that one out.
Yeah, right. I was going to show it to you.
Yeah.
We have some soccer, some UEFA Champions League, which is great. Merlin, Top Stadium Chrome, and a regular Topps Chrome. And then we also have the baseball break for this weekend coming up. That is just, I built it. I said, you know what? Let's give back to the people. And we're doing it at really, really dirt cheap so we can have some fun with it. So...
Very cool. Well, we end each show with a glossary term. Let's go with choice box. Tell people what a choice box is.
Okay, so choice box. The best way to explain this is that you know how you have like a hanger, blaster, megas,
T-Mall,
hobby, T-Malls. Yeah. So there's different lines, and every different line has its own special parallel.
Right.
There's two reasons why they do this. First, it's because if one box gets something that you want, the other one doesn't, guess what? You're going to be dipping in that product too. So it's a great advertisement marketing thing. And second, it makes the chase much more fun to know, hey, look, only in this box, I can get something really, really unique.
Absolutely.
So the choice boxes, typically for Mosaic Panini line, they always include the Peacock. The Peacock is, or the Nebulas. The Peacocks and Nebulas for Panini's lines that we are gunning for. So this week, we're looking for Nebulas, which are out of 2. They're numbered out of 2. And Peacocks, I believe they are not numbered, but they are SSPs. So that's what the choice is. I mean, there's no acronym for choice. It's only like a 7-card, 5-card sometimes, or sometimes 10. Real low count, 1 pack, sweat. And typically they are very expensive because they are very, very hard to get. So that's our choice box. That's the best way I can explain choice.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, great explanation. Yeah, just a different format with a different price point. You know.
Yeah, a very high, expensive price.
Sure, but it gives you options when you're collecting a set, and then you get like the extras that are only found.
And the Mosaic and the Mosaic line this year looks really, really good. I don't know if you've seen any of the football. They look really, really good. I like the new design. I like how they made it a little bit cleaner. Just last year, it was like a lot busy. It was busy, really busy on the card. I didn't get to really enjoy how the cards look, but this year looks really good. And I can't wait to see what they do with the choice and the no huddle. So again, here's an extra glossary term for you, no huddle. They're called H2 boxes. So you have your hobby, and then you have your next one down, which is not as expensive a hobby, but not expensive. I mean, not least cheap like retail. So it's like they bought both of them into the middle to make it affordable, but also you can get some huge hits. They're H2 boxes. They're hybrids. So in the H2 for football, it's no huddle. Basketball, it's fast break. Soccer, it's breakaway. Baseball, it's quick pitch. See how they did that there?
Yeah.
So if you ever hear those terms, you know it's an H2 box, and they're always Panini's favorite thing to do for those are disco balls. So the little disco balls, those are exclusive only to those H2 boxes through the Panini line.
Very cool. Come check out all the different formats. Yeah.
But eventually it's got to go.
Hey, while they're here, come check them out at the Adventure Stadium located on top of Adventure Begins.
You guys have a good one.
For Lou, I'm Mark. This has been Cars the Yard. See you next time.
Well, gang, that's all for today's episode. So join us next week. Cars to Yards, brought to you by the Adventure Stadium and the Adventure Begins. Again, we're located off 1488 and Woodland Square Boulevard. See you next time.